Okay. All right. So I think we're about live. Here we go. So it's almost. All right. So good morning, everyone. Welcome to our 4th trimester community gathering. We've already introduced ourselves over on the Zoom a little bit. So if you want to introduce yourself, feel free to go ahead and post that on the comments of the video. I want to introduce this morning our guest presenter. She's been part of our 4th trimester community gatherings for a while, so you might recognize her. She has a little bit different name though, because she just got married. Yay!
Not officially, but.
Not officially, okay, unofficially married.
COVID has put that on hold.
Run a wrench into that, huh? All right, well, but your name has changed, and now you're Krystal Wilson of Happy Om Yoga and more. And you want to tell us a little bit about your daughter, and then I'll tell everybody a little bit about the rest.
Sure. My daughter is also named Callie, so Rachel, great choice. She is 3.5 almost, I think. I don't know. She turned 3 in May. And yeah, I hang out with her every day, and she's sometimes fun and sometimes not. And I had already homeschooled prior to pandemic, so I'm trying to figure out how to start fitting that into my life and form my life. Well, I've been trying to figure that out for 2 years, but form my life so that that's going to be possible where I'm not overwhelmed. So
yeah,
a genius, and I love her, and it's great.
Yes, awesome. Yeah, we're all right there with you with trying to figure out how to make it work. So Krystal is a certified children's yoga teacher, as well as a postpartum doula and health coach. She enjoys helping and healing all ages. And yoga is a time for setting a positive mindset and bringing healthy movement to our bodies. Yoga also helps support self-regulation and healthy relationships. So we're so excited to have Krystal here with us today to teach us some yoga and give us a moment to sort of like connect with our bodies. That's the piece that I think I've been really missing. I try to convince myself to work out, and it is a lot of convincing and not a lot of working out. And not that this is necessarily a time for that, but moving my body in any way is probably a benefit. And especially when we have our littles around, we're so worried about them, right? Like we want to make sure they're okay and we don't take care of ourselves. So I'm really grateful to have this morning. So Krystal, whenever you're ready, go ahead and take it away.
Well, I do want to share that I actually don't teach yoga to adults. I teach yoga to children and families. So for those who don't have their kiddos, this is definitely something you can do later, but you're still going to be, doing yoga. For those who do have your babies, I'll share how you can, put them and incorporate into the pose, but this is going to be very child-based. So I hope that you are not afraid to have fun, laugh, get silly. And I was listening to a lot of what you do for your careers. And even if you don't have your kiddos, this can help maybe some of your clients who can do that with their kiddos. Or if your kiddos are around and they want to join, they're going to want to join. So
I was gonna say, I might go get my 5-year-old.
Yeah, we'll definitely be stretching and moving around, but it is going to be very kid-based because that's all I know how to do is be silly and weird. I actually don't really have I can't just teach adults because I have to be weirdo. So it's like not my thing. So we will do a lot of mindfulness and breathing. And then at the end have some nice rest as well. So that, everyone needs that, whether we are a kid or adult. So if you do have your kiddo and you want to grab them and put them in your lap or next to you or in front of you, or if you are just children, be able to move your body around because we're going to be stretching and moving around. All right, and for those I can see, I hope you're enjoying it. So I start every class just kind of centering, and this bell helps us just kind of focus our brains and center and make sure that we're listening and ready to attune to the class. So what's going to happen is I'm going to ring the bell, and when you, right before I ring it, we're going to take a deep, deep breath in, and my head's chopped off, so hold on. So you're going to breathe in, and then when you hear the chime, I just want you to raise your hand a little bit and then breathe out and push your hand down into your lap or onto the floor or wherever you at. If you want to put it on your heart, you can do that. Wherever you're kind of feeling, but just kind of centering that self. So everyone take a deep, deep breath in. We'll do it one more time, and I'll do it louder, and hopefully my dog won't bark this time. We'll breathe in. And just try to focus where you are on your surroundings, but being able to block out what's around you and focus on that breath. Breathing in and breathing out with a sigh. And one more, breathe in and out with a sigh. In every class, we start with a mantra, and as we know, mantras can help calm our minds and help focus. And this mantra is great for little ones because it's easy to remember, and also it helps them focus. So you're actually going to take your fingers, I'll get a little closer, and you're going to move your fingers like this with the words. So you're going to say, peace begins with me. And we're going to say it 2 times out loud, and we're going to whisper it. And then we're going to close our eyes and just focus on our words and say it 2 times in our head. So let's start. Peace begins with me. Peace begins with me. And then we're whisper, peace begins with me. Peace begins with me. And take a deep breath and say it twice in your head. And then when you're done, take a deep breath in and put your hands above your head. And then just put your hands together and breathe out. And down to heart. One more time, breathe in. And breathe out. All right, so first we're gonna do some stretching. So we're gonna stretch our legs out as wide as they can go. And we're gonna stretch our arms out as wide as they can go. And we're just gonna go from side on one side, and then breathe in, into the other side. And just go back and forth with your breath. Kind of like you're blowing in the wind. Couple more. One more. Good. And then we're going to put our feet back together, and we're going to reach up and breathe in, and then breathe out and fold forward. And then just do that with your own breath. And now you can picture yourself maybe as some ocean waves. In and out the shore. One more. Good. All right. So in my classes, I love to talk about how yoga was created in India and how all of the people started to look at animals and notice how their bodies were moving. And so they wanted to replicate what the animals were doing. So we are going to do some poses like some animals. And again, this is lots of fun for the kids because they get to learn their ABCs and yell out the different animals that start with that and try to guess it. So First animal we're gonna do is alligator. So we're just gonna lay on our side, and then if you have a little baby, they can lay in front of you. And we're gonna stretch our arm out above our head. And what do alligators have but big jaws? So we're just gonna open our arms up wide. And if you have a little one, when you come back down, maybe brush their belly. Just stretching those arms out. And this is great for connecting with your little ones because you can just rub their belly and maybe open wide and rub their belly. And open wide. And then, of course, everything on yoga we have to do on the other side. So we have to roll over and do the other side. Just stretching that arm, kind of flowing. Good. And then we're going to be an alligator and stand up. So you're going to roll onto your tummy or your belly, tummy, and push yourself up into plank pose. And if you have a baby, you can put them in front of you in plank pose and just stare into their eyes and maybe make little faces. Maybe your little toddlers are going to get on your back at this point and it's going to feel great. And then you can let that go and come to your knees. Just sit here for a moment, maybe stretch up into the sky. Those arms in plank pose. Yes, I see someone throwing the baby in the air. You can do that. Make it fun, right? All right. Now we're going to come onto our bottoms and stretch out our feet again. And this is what I call bear pose, but you're going to grab your toes. And this might be hard. So again, if you have a little one, you can put them on your lap, or if you go really slowly, you could put them on your chest, but you have to kind of have some good balance for that. But you're just going to kind of rock back. Woo. And maybe your feet stay right here. And you just come up a little bit. Or maybe you'd go for the full stretch and balance. Totally up to you and where you're at. But if you focus on your breath, and the little ones can maybe put their feet together like this. It's a little easier. Might actually feel good to open up your hips and do that. And maybe go back. Ooh. You guys are doing really good at balancing. Jenny, I see you. Good job. All right. Now we're going to come into cat-cow. So we all know this on our all fours. This is really great for your lower back, which I need this every day. But again, you can put your little one in front of you and just make eye contact. And so you're going to breathe in and raise your back and look at your tummy and make a big arch. And then out and cow. And do that, 5 or 6 times. What's good for you. If you are sitting in a chair, you can actually go forward and put your arms and then back and look up. And every time you look down for cat pose, maybe smile at your baby. I'm going to stay here for a little bit. Just do 3 more. This is always the one my daughter jumps on my back. 1 more. Good. All right, then you're going to curl your toes under and push yourself into downward dog. And maybe if you have your little one, you could go down and give them a kiss or just look at them. Stretching. Maybe if you're in downward dog and they're underneath your head, they can play with your hair a little bit. Stretch. Maybe walk those feet. Walking the dog is good exercises for us all. Good. And maybe you throw one leg back into the air because your dog only has 3 legs. Oh, and give it a shake. And then put that leg down. And oh no, they lost their other leg. So you have to put that up in the air. Shake, shake, shake. All right, good. And then release back down. All right. Now we're going to stand up, and I hope my head doesn't get chopped off. And we're going to spread our feet out really wide. And if you have a little one, it's going to be really cool if you just put them right here, because we're going to swoop down and you can brush your hands on their cheeks. All right, so we're going to stretch our arms out. You cannot see me at all. Hold on. That does not help. I'm wearing dark clothes and have a dark background. That's smart. So you're going to stretch your legs out, and you're going to put your arms out to your sides. And when you breathe in, you're going to come and you're going to swoop down one side, just like an elephant trunk. So you're going to breathe in and then breathe out. Just do that a couple times. Maybe grab your other foot. Good, and then switch sides. Swinging that trunk like an elephant. One more. Good. All right. This is the point I'd say, okay, guys, what's after the letter E? F. So we're going to do a fish pose. So you're going to lay down. And maybe your baby's on your tummy. And you're going to point your toes like a fish tail. You're going to put your hands by your sides and then just look up to the sky. And really stretching. Maybe splash in the water a little bit. Just take a breath. Good. All right, I'm going to slowly come back up. We're going to go into a grasshopper. So this is called a yogi pose, really, but you're going to go down and you're going to lock your elbows and your knees. Good. And yep, I see little one in front of you. Tickle, 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 tickle. All right, so now we're going to lift and extend our legs. So place your hands on the ground and then just lift up and then go back down. You can go at your own pace. You can go fast or you can go slow and roll your body up and look at the little one. And then go back down. And then just one more. Push all the way up. And then roll all the way down. All right. And then our last animal in the alphabet is H for hippo. And hippos are going to take naps. So we're going to go into child's pose. And you can do this however you want. So if you like your arms in the back, you can do that. If you like to stretch your arms. If you have your little one, maybe you don't put your head down and you just look at them and kiss them. Just take some breaths here and calm. Breathing in 5 or 6 times. Refocusing. Good, and then slowly coming back up to a seated position. I'm gonna get a little closer now. All right. So, oh, my head's chopped off. All right, so this one's gonna be fun when you have the little ones because we are all gonna be butterflies right now. So if you can sit in butterfly pose, I always have to have music. So this is where we're gonna become little children right now. Like if I can get the right angle here. So we're gonna fly our legs and we're gonna stretch our arms and we're gonna twist. And for those who just had baby and are still early in postpartum, make sure you're not twisting that much. You're just kind of turning a little bit. You do not want to twist very much when you are postpartum. So just be conscious of that. And then we all love this. We're going to put our knees up and we're going to roll like this. You got to use those abs to get yourself back up. All right. So I'm going to play the song. Fly like a butterfly, fly like a butterfly. I went on mute somehow. Good.
Stretch like a butterfly, stretch like a butterfly, stretch like a butterfly, up so high. Stretch like a butterfly, stretch like a butterfly, stretch like a butterfly, up so high.
All right, now we're gonna twist.
Twist like a butterfly, twist like a butterfly.
When you twist, I like to smile.
Twist like a butterfly, twist like a butterfly, sleep like a butterfly, sleep like a butterfly, sleep like a butterfly,
really stress.
through the night. Sleep like a butterfly, sleep like a butterfly, sleep like a
Breathing.
butterfly through the night.
All right, we're gonna roll.
Roll like a butterfly, roll like a butterfly, roll like a butterfly, roll like a butterfly, fly like a butterfly, fly like a butterfly in the sky. Fly like a butterfly, fly like a butterfly, fly like a butterfly in the sky.
Rest, take a deep breath. Oh boy, I loved all of your rolling. That was awesome. All right, so I see some new little ones have joined us. So we're gonna take my friend out, and her name is Betsy. Betsy helps us breathe. But you all don't have a Betsy, so you're gonna take your hands and you're gonna go like this. You're gonna make sure your fingertips are touching. And when Betsy opens, you're gonna breathe in, and then you're gonna breathe out. And you really wanna focus and make sure that your fingertips go back together. All right, so we're gonna take 5 breaths with Betsy. So we're gonna get our hands ready. We're gonna breathe in and breathe out. Maybe you can close your eyes, breathe in. Can you put your fingertips together with your eyes closed? 3 more. Two. 1 more big one. Good. Now we're going to breathe with our whole body. So we're going to give ourselves a big, big hug. And we're going to pretend our whole body is a Betsy. So when we breathe in, we're going to open up wide and breathe out like this and hug ourselves again. So we'll do 3 of those. Ready? Two more. One more. Good job. All right, now it's every adult's favorite part. We're gonna lay down and we're gonna rest, or maybe you can just close your eyes. And we're gonna listen to some calm music and relax our bodies. So I want everyone to just get in a comfortable position. Maybe your baby's on your belly or next to you. We're gonna calm our brains down. But first, when you're laying, I want you to lift up one of your arms and shake it, 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 and drop it to the ground. And then lift up your other arm and shake it, 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 and drop it to the ground. And then lift up one of your legs and shake it, 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 and drop it to the ground. And lift up your other leg and shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it, drop it to the ground. And just pretend you're a statue stuck to the floor. We're gonna breathe in and out, feeling our bellies rise up and down. Focusing on your breath. Focusing on the music. Taking this time to appreciate yourself, to appreciate the day, to appreciate for joining us here today, to appreciate your body for allowing it to move in whatever way you needed it to move. And knowing that you're present now, and right now is the only thing that matters. Breathing in and breathing out. Making sure your shoulders are released and your jaw is loose and your forehead is loose. And you are melting into the floor. Slowly start wiggling your toes, and wiggling your fingers, maybe moving your head from side to side, and coming back. When you're ready, into seated position. Slowly opening your eyes. Ooh. And when we're ready, I finish every class with the same mantra that we began with. Just to remember that if there's a time during the day that is difficult, you can come back to the mantra and know that peace begins with yourself. So let's start again with our mantra, 2 times out loud, 2 times whispering, and 2 times in our head. Peace begins with me. Peace begins with me. Whisper, peace begins with me. Peace begins with me. On your head. When you're ready, take a deep breath in. Put your hands above your head and then hands to heart. Thank you guys for having fun with me today, being a little strange, and I hope that your world is full of light, love, peace, and joy. Namaste. Awesome.
Namaste, Krystal.
So I don't know if we want to talk a little bit about mindfulness and yoga. I know a lot of you, it sounds like, are yoga teachers, so obviously that's awesome. As far as what I've been doing is I'm recently now helping kiddos that are have unique needs, maybe on the spectrum or OCD or anxiety. And even without those things, yoga is so great for kids to build self-esteem, learn how to self-regulate. The mantra is huge. I have so many kids that are like, oh, I was really upset the other day and I just started saying peace begins with me. It's just so simple for them to learn and remember and use when they're in a moment that's a little more difficult. So, but also building relationships. How awesome is it to do with your baby and or your toddlers, and it's something fun, and they start to build confidence doing it themselves. Yoga is not a team sport. It's battling our own stuff. So we're just able to build confidence and self-esteem through yoga. And the little kids really, really start to get proud of themselves when they can balance for tree pose, or stand longer, or maybe move their body in a different way when they've been practicing. Honestly, even the fingers going like this, when I have my kiddos that can start to do that as they get older with their fine motor, they are so proud of themselves. So really building that confidence and self-esteem is so great to see. I'm like, there's so many benefits.
I'll share a good one with you guys. So my husband's a pediatric occupational therapist, so he obviously works with a lot of special needs. Hence he uses our garage gym for a lot, and our pool as well, and does horse therapy. But he found one of the classes he went and took on self-regulation, and you take your fingers and you use your other finger and you go tap, 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 and you're breathing and you're going inhale, tap, tap, tap. And so my twins are 3. They just barely turned 3. They're talking, but not much. But one of them gets really frustrated because she can't talk as well. So when she starts to get upset, we'll sit with her and we'll do that. Well, the last 2 weeks, if she gets really frustrated, she'll just start tapping her finger and sitting down, just breathing, and she calms right down. And then yesterday, the other sister was really upset. And so she was off in the corner saying, she's trying to say Millie, her sister. She's like, yeah. And she's like this, trying to show her sister, to do her breathing. It was so, well, I shouldn't say cute, but it was like, oh, you care about your sister. You're trying to get her to do her breathing technique. So yeah, I totally agree. The hands,
Mom's very impressive.
Is very, especially at that age, whether they're special needs or not, just for them to learn to self-regulate is a big stepping stone in kids' behaviors, in my opinion. So
I love palm breathing. I actually had never heard of the stopping and tapping. We usually just stop and pause and hold it. So that's a good idea for a
so we do the tap, 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 like you're inhaling, and then, okay, now you're going to inhale. Now exhale all the way up, follow that hand, tap, 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 make sure you're breathing. But you can do whatever works for you, just.
Yeah, there's a lot too. If you draw shapes on paper, they can trace the shapes. Star breathing, I do a lot with my kids, and I have them collage the middle so it's something that's their own, and then they can keep their star, and even if you laminate it or something, and they have it. So it's like an art project and a breathing tool. This Hoberman sphere is huge. My daughter will find this in my house and just sit down and start breathing. And like I said, she's 3.5. And if anyone comes over, she says, meet Miss Betsy. And then she shows them how to breathe. If it's in the car, I'll hand it to her and be like, okay, you're having a moment. And she'll instantly stop. She says peace begins with me all the time. So it's that awareness, just like it helps us adults. It's that awareness of what we need and what helps us. To be able to calm ourselves down and self-regulate. So it's huge. But then, special needs as well, like building that core strength. I just learned with one of my kiddos right now, I'm teaching him the singing bowl. And he's actually in OT working on how to do his wrist like this, like opening doorknobs and opening peanut butter and things like that. So when I found that out, I was like, it's eye-opening on how little things that we use in these classes can help normal everyday tasks and needs. Anger, depression, anxiety, all those things that we don't think kids have when really, if a kiddo's saying they have a stomach ache or a headache or they're tired all the time, we might think they're actually sick when so much could be just anxiety and nervousness and depression. So yoga is a tool for all of that. And I truly believe that if I had found this or known this as a child, I could have been a lot different. My experiences would have been a lot different. It wouldn't have taken me till I was 33 to start learning how to self-regulate and cope in a healthy way. So it's great to have you guys here and just be open, and all the other yoga teachers and things like that, and the doulas and all that can help moms teach their kiddos these things now and start doing it with them. It's so great. So, I have.
Yeah, I actually love all of this. I think it's as important for me to be self-regulated as it is for my kids. And I've noticed that when I model it, and I'm not even trying to model it, right? Like I do it because I have no other choice, either that or I'm gonna like lose it. My kids do it too, right? Like, so I was meditating and my older son started to do that. And I was like, look at you. I thought I was losing it, but actually I was teaching you how to regulate. So yeah, that's really interesting. And I love this. Like, I'm going to use this for myself and then maybe my children too, you know, when they have tantrums. Yeah, all that's really cool. Well, are there any other questions for Krystal or comments or anything about yoga? I know, Krystal, you actually have a background in a lot more than yoga. Didn't you do? Yeah.
I worked at Touchstone Health Services which is a behavioral health, mental health, behavioral health for kids birth to 18 years old. So I was on the birth to 5 team for 6 years, just helping with all kids birth to 5 with development and trauma and all of that lovely stuff. And then I moved to education specialist, where I was teaching families how to get special education and understand the IEP process and get these services into their schools. And also understand that when a decision's made at school, why that was made, and maybe it was legitimate and maybe it wasn't, and just help them have a voice to be able to be a part of that process. So I did that for 8 years, and I love helping families and children. But once I became a mom, that was draining me to the core. The trauma that I was soaking, empath, the trauma that I was soaking in on a daily basis and not figuring out how to block, especially after becoming a mother, was just too much. So I took a shift, and now I'm still able to help children, families of all ages through all my businesses that I have right now. But I'm able to still help I have kids that were from Touchstone that are attending my classes. So I was able to bring families with me and still help them, but not pick up all the gunk that was kind of with that side of the world. So I'm really excited about and thankful for that I'm still able to help and heal, but in a way that helps and heals myself as well, rather than having me come home and just be an emotional wreck and be in my car 100 miles or more a day driving around the valley.
Yeah.
So,
Krystal, are you aware of the ESA funds? I'm sure you are.
yes, so that's what I'm saying. I just started teaching clients. I have a client and friend whose daughter I teach virtually, and she went to one of her groups and spread the word. Okay. So now I have a couple clients that I teach privately in their homes, and they're using ESA funds to cover it. The fear is they're changing the way that they provide those funds, so I have to figure that out. But I've been really thankful for that, because that was my goal 2 years ago, was to leave Touchstone and do what I'm doing now, and it actually took COVID and the pandemic to happen. So yeah.
Well, good, because we accept the ESA funds too. Have been for a while. So
then maybe you can help me, because when they move to the wallet card thing, I'm supposed to apply to be a vendor, and I don't know how to do that.
Okay, you can message me. But yeah, it's just, you got to get signed up. It just takes about a week or so. I just switched over to the new Class Wallet this week. So, but they're trying to get everyone by end of October on Class Wallet. So it'll make it easier too for billing and everything else. So
that's awesome. Cool. Then we will connect.
Anyone else have any questions or comments about yoga or self-regulation or anything that they want to just chat with other moms about?
I just wanted to comment that I like your pug, and I have one too. She's right here with me.
Oh, she looks like she's doing Shavasana.
She's always doing Shavasana. She's 14 and a half.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
So
no, I
she's-
can't wait for that.
Yeah, she was crazy till she was about 12.
Oh
So-
no, mine's
How old
only
is yours? 3?
3.
Is she crazy?
I got him when I was 6 or 7 months pregnant. Like that was a really good idea or something. I don't know.
Yeah. They're crazy.
Exhibit A.
Oh,
That's an all-day thing, by the way. In and out, in and out.
yes, yes. Oh my goodness.
I just wanted to say thank you. Did I unmute?
No.
Yep.
You.
I just wanted to say thank you. Not having any little people here. I keep thinking about my adult children and what they're going through. And I know my daughter's practicing yoga all the time, but I want to reintroduce it to my son. And I think the stress and the anxiety of the unknown, especially for the 20, 30, and 40-year-olds, is exponential. So, you know, I send love to all of you all the time and all the families I work with. And ironically, Krystal, I worked in behavioral health. I drove hundreds of miles around Pima County. I took all that on, but my children were older. So it's a beautiful profession, but it's a really fascinating transition to postpartum because we were already doing home visitation. So thank you. And I hadn't done any virtual yoga, and it's so easy. Krystal, you made it so easy. So I'm going to start again. Thank you.
I feel like I'm constantly not chopping off my head, but I just want to say, like, what I've realized huge too in all this is like, yes, we need our own practice as moms because it helps us clear, but we can't use our children as an excuse to not practice because, like Jenny said, if they're watching us do our own practice, they're gonna utilize it themselves. So yeah, there's days that we're like, can we just do it by ourselves? But there's so many times that I'm doing my own flow and I'm like balancing my daughter on my body. So being aware, and I definitely am someone who needs to work on it more. I think that even 5 minutes on the mat, sometimes I'm just like, you know, how come I can work out and do exercise for 20 minutes stepping all over my mat, but at the end I can't just lay down and just do it. So being aware of, we can do it whenever, even if our kids are running around, because oftentimes she'll stop what she's doing and do what I'm doing. Because she's like, wait, what's going on? So I think that's been a huge awareness for me in this past year is I can't just lock myself in my meditation room because that's not realistic as a mom. That sometimes it needs to be down in the nitty gritty with the dogs and the baby, and we can still get that 5 or 10 minutes in.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that that's also something I have to work on too. Yeah, for sure. Sometimes I want to lock the door, but yes, you're right. You're absolutely right. It is helpful to them too. It's not just helpful for us. Yeah.
And I mean, how many times do we meditate if we think we're going to meditate in our quiet room all the time? Probably like a big fat 1 to 0. Yeah. Where if we just take time to sit on the couch and, you know, meditate there, at least we got it in for the day and took a moment to breathe.
Yeah, for sure.
Thank you guys. I am thankful for all of you guys being here. I will be honest, teaching yoga virtually is hard. Not because of the technical stuff, but because of the fact that I love being in the studio and feeling the energy of people. Like I said, I'm an empath. There was a reason why I switched. I want that good energy. But it's slowly been coming back since with my kiddos that I'm working with. So I'm thankful for all of you guys here today and doing that with me too. Because I know virtual is getting more and more exhausting for everybody.
Yeah, I'll tell you, I don't know if Sarah was there, and I don't know if anybody else was there the last time that Krystal taught yoga for us in person at the Idea Museum, but I was exhausted by the end because we were chasing the children all around. And I was like, wow, they have so much energy. Oh my gosh. Okay, here we go. It was awesome. It was so much fun, but yeah.
More music and jump around. So you guys were like, did not realize this was going to be such a workout.
Yeah, it was great. I was like, oh, of course it would be a workout because we're chasing 3-year-olds.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah, it was like a workout regardless of whether or not, you know, like we didn't even think about it in the end. I'm like, wow, I felt like I had a workout now.
Even in my live person classes, I say like, yes, even if you're the one singing and jumping around crazy to the song and the 2-year-old's way over there, keep going because they'll come back to you.
Yeah.
But if you're going to take the time to chase them around, they're A, going to keep running, and B, you're going to be more exhausted and stressed out and anxious about all of it. So at least just take the time to get your own movement and then they'll come back to you. So I always say that in my live classes too.
Yeah. Yeah. I like that. I like that a lot.
Someone's got their magic wand.
Is that what she has? You have a magic wand?
It's a little connects. We're taking music class too, and she's songs is like tap the stick. So she is learning how to play some music. She's showing you her rhythm.
Aww. That's awesome.
Elizabeth, who's this? Elizabeth.
This is my son, Miles. He's 7 months. He just woke up from a nap.
Oh, he's so cute.
Hey, Judy.
Yeah.
So cute.
Oh.
There's a bit.
Yeah, I'm glad to have you here. I think we missed you in the beginning. I think
Yeah,
I'm going to pop
on
off
the
the
Facebook
live.
Live. And then I was like, wait, everyone's on Zoom. Let me get on the Zoom.
Yeah. Oh, good. I'm glad you were able to see it from there. Maybe I shouldn't pull it off of live. That's great. Oh.
Thank you for having this. I enjoyed the last 10 minutes I was able to get.
Yeah, it looks like he's about to wave to us.
Okay.
Thank you to Rachel who introduced me to this group.
Awesome. Hi. Are you seeing other babies? I think you might be, bud. Yeah. Yeah. Oh. So cute. Oh. All right. Well, I'm going to pop off the live stream and we can chat a little bit more, but that way, let's see if I can do